Hi, this is Dan again from CleanGuru, and today I promised you that we would talk about prospects and customers when they leave clues, or in poker they call them tells, and what you can maybe watch for as far as these clues or these tells, and how it can help you on your walkthroughs and your customer service visits when you're giving a bid presentation. So let me be specific and give you a couple examples. As always, I try to share stories about our mistakes in hopes that you can learn from what we did wrong. Years ago, I remember, so let's take an example. I was out on a bid walkthrough, so I was waiting in the lobby. And I was very intense. This was a very important job for us, so I was really intent on getting this. So when my prospect came to the lobby door, I said, well, very nice to meet you, thanks. And I said, how are you doing? I said, real quick, how are you doing? And he said, well, it's kind of crazy. A couple guys called off, the phone's been ringing off the hook, but anyway, but I know we have this scheduled. And I go, oh yeah, well, we have this scheduled. And so he gave me the walkthrough. And I did present the bid later on, a week later, and I got the information. I don't even recall whether or not we got the job, but I do remember this, that I knew that I made a mistake that day in not acknowledging what he told me. He was sharing with me that it was a crazy morning. People were calling off. He hardly had time to do this walkthrough. He was telling me he knew he scheduled it, and he committed to it, but to be honest, things happened that made it very hard. Well, not me. I didn't listen to it. I just pushed forward and said, okay, well, I'll make it quick. Better than I'll make it quick, I should have said, Steve, forget about it. We will schedule this another time. Don't even worry about it. I'll call you tomorrow. We'll set another date, another time. Well, he might have said, oh, you don't have to do that. And I could have said, it's okay. I come around this area an awful lot. You've had a busy morning. Let's just make it another day. Even just offering to do that goes a long way in building relationship. Now, that was during a bid walkthrough. Another example where I made a mistake is during a customer service visit. I can remember going out to a customer service visit, and I think it was a lady I was meeting with, and I went in there and sat down with my customer. And I went over maybe the quality inspection form or some notes we had about some jobs we were doing in carpeting or tile. And I just pushed forward with the customer service visit when really, when I thought about it later on, I think she just wanted to kind of visit. I should have kind of sat back in my chair and spent a little bit of time to relax and just talk and just visit. Apparently it must have been maybe a slow morning and she had the time. Now sometimes they didn't have the time, but this morning I think they did, and I didn't acknowledge it. Now later on I began to learn to be more sensitive to that and kind of watch for it and listen for it, because they're great opportunities to be there for your customer, to acknowledge them and respect their time, and it really goes a long way to build a relationship. So again, try not to make the mistakes, or too often what we did, and to learn from this kind of thing. So watching for your prospects or your customers' clues or tells. Now, the next time we get together, I want to talk about something. And we've talked about how people love free. People love free reports, they love free trials, people love free. But there's something else that they love just about as much as they love free. And it's something that you can add to your marketing, you can add it to your selling, and it can go a long way to help your cleaning business. We will talk about it next time. And until then, remember that you can do this. You really can.